The following excerpts highlight the challenges of immigrating to a new country.
Most of the people that come to Earl Hague are from countries where they come as immigrants rather than refugees. They come with an education, and so they're not usually coming from war-torn countries. So usually they finish their grade 9 or their grade 10, and they're picking up the next grade here. And they've often done English in their own countries. So we don't have as many beginners as some other schools do.
And yeah, when your family move here, for sure it's a big change to your family as a whole. And sometimes even the parents, it's a big shock to your parents. Your family can change a lot. So I think by this time it's not only the language problem that's most important to the student. It could also be their I don't know, mentally healthy. So if they can pass that barrier well, then they'll be a very good person afterward. But sometimes people can just turn bad afterward because they didn't throughout the whole process. They didn't get a lot of help. They didn't get a lot of support.
I think it all depends on what your parents do and where you live. Because if your parents are Russian and they work in a Russian company and live in a Russian neighborhood, they'll be Russians even after 10 years. But if they move somewhere to Oakville, where there's not a lot of immigrants, I guess, and they get a job in a Canadian company, I think they'll turn Canadians after 3 years or so.
So it's easy to get a job in a Canadian company. You should start with delivering pizza and newspaper just like with my dad. So it takes a long time.
No, but actually you can come here and you can study in college. It'll take you 3 years or so.
How are you gonna pay off your family, their food and stuff? So you gotta work. You can't study. You gotta work.
You can get a credit in bank or something.
Well, my dad was lucky because he knew how to speak English, so I had no problem.
Oh.
But he still did delivering pizzas and stuff when he started. But he was lucky to find a job 2 months after he came. But it's not easy for much. I know people being here for 14 years, they're still delivering pizzas. Well, my dad came here before me, 7 months before my whole family, so he found a job before we come. He got a house, he got a car, so soon that my mom came here, she started studying. She was a teacher in middle school, daycares and stuff. And then she studied again, she's a statistician now. And then she works in an insurance company, so I'm kind of proud of my parents to pull themselves up.
When my mom come to Canada, we don't have any friends in here, and she don't know what class she should go, which class should pay, is there any ESL class, and even though she don't know what is ESL, and so my mom was kind of catch up later.
Yeah, it could have a bad effect on the student too. If the parents are slower in catching up with the culture, the language, they're miserable. They complain at home. They also put stress on the student. Okay, we're depending on you. We cannot earn a lot of money in our whole life. We're depending on you. Getting better education now. So it'll be stress on the student.
Absolutely, because my mom in China education was so high, and she can teach me anything that I learned in China. But when I came to Canada, she doesn't know English at all. She was taking ESL right now, and she can't help me anything, including math, anything that she know in Chinese. So that's a big problem to me, though.
Yeah, definitely.
We're doing everything by ourselves.
Yeah.
Are you sometimes the person your mother looks to for help?
Yeah.
How many of you make phone calls for your parents to for instance, my parents are immigrants and they used to always say to me, can you call the government because I can't speak English? How many of you do that?
I used to do that. I used to do that in the beginning. My mom would call some numbers, insurance company or whatever, and she used to pass me the phone so I would speak to her. And sometimes they would be, is this Mr. or Mrs.? Because I'm speaking for my mom. Just her son. I'm speaking for herself. So you just never mind my voice. So that's what we did.
Yeah, my father is a doctor. He's a dentist, and he came here. He was like, okay, I have to study for this. I have to go to university and get the license. go to the dentist. Now he have to trying to get a job with the medicine things.
In the case of our school as well, there's also the issue of what we used to call, what were they, satellite parents or satellite kids. It still happens today. I've seen it more here than I did in any other schools or ESL students, where the parents live in the home country and they live here by themselves, and they usually just have an auntie who takes care of them or comes in to see them every once in a while, so they're very alone. So it's just kind of dealing with that pressure of being by yourself and not having your parents around, which is probably why they gravitate towards their to friends of their native land because of that. That was definitely an issue because they have difficulty with there's very little discipline depending on the individual, of course, but there's no parental guidance. There's very little parental support, direct parental support. They're there, but in another country.
I think another challenge is if they aren't clear on their goals, if they're not clear about whether their life is going to be in Canada or their life is going to be back in their own country.
And also in terms of the students who come here alone without their parents, I know a couple of them. I know like the people who come here alone, at the beginning they will like the freedom because they're living by themselves. But then after a few, I think all of them agree that they admire the people who are staying here with their parents. Not only there are people taking care of them like with their daily life, it's also it's so easy to go on a wrong track in your life if without people who is more experienced than you to guide you, like wiser people over there to guide you. So I think it's important that especially when you're changing the environment, there should be somebody who are older than you or more experienced to tell you what's right to do, what's wrong.